By 10:22 on a gray Sunday morning, I was standing barefoot in my kitchen, my work badge in one hand and my phone in the other, listening to a police officer ask me a question that made my whole body go still. "Ms. Mercer, did you give anyone permission to take your vehicle out of the county this weekend?" I didn't answer right away. The coffee I'd just poured shook in my hand, spilling over the edge of the mug and onto the counter. I watched it happen, like I wasn't fully inside my body yet. My name is Lydia Mercer. I'm 34. I live in Boulder, Colorado, and I work as a clinical trial coordinator. My job is built on details, tracking them, verifying them, catching the one thing that doesn't belong before it turns into something bigger. It's probably why I live the way I do. Everything in its place, everything accounted for. Because growing up, nothing ever was. The car wasn't anything flashy, just a charcoal gray SUV I bought myself after years of saving, paid off early, kept clean. Mine in a way nothing else in my life had ever fully been. And because of that, I had one rule. No one in my family drove it. I had said no before the weekend even started. Not once, not casually, clearly, more than once. By Monday morning, that same car had been towed from a marina nearly 2 hours away, and there was a bill building under my name. But it wasn't the Monday that made my hands shake. It was the quiet certainty settling in that my no had never meant anything to them. Friday had been calm. I was at my dining table with my laptop open, papers spread in neat stacks, working through reports I needed done before Monday. My weekends aren't really weekends. They're extensions of everything that has to stay on track. My phone lit up with my mother's name, and I felt it before I even answered, that small, familiar drop in my stomach. Her voice was light, careful. She started talking about my sister Rachel, about the kids, about how they wanted to do something special before school picked back up. Somewhere outdoors, somewhere they'd remember. I didn't let her finish. "What do you need?" I asked. She laughed like I'd misunderstood her. Then she asked if they could borrow my SUV, just for a day, maybe overnight, a trip to the lake. I said no. Not sharply, not angry, just done. I told her I had work. I needed the car. I wasn't comfortable with it. There was a pause. Then the shift came, right on time. "It's just one car," she said. "For your sister, for the kids." The kids. It always came back to that. Like if they said it enough times, it would turn my answer into something cruel. I said no again. She sighed, and then her voice changed. Asked why I was still holding on to old things, like the past only mattered when it was convenient. I reminded her Rachel had taken my car before, brought it back late, scratched, empty tank, laughing it off like it didn't matter. "You always make it sound worse than it was," she said. 10 minutes later, my dad texted. He never called in situations like this. Texts gave him space to sound reasonable. "We'll take care of it. I'll drive, full tank, clean." I stared at the message, feeling that same old frustration build. To them, no was never an answer. It was just the beginning. So I made it as clear as I could. No one is taking my car. Do not use the garage code. Do not touch the spare key. I sent it to all of them. Rachel called almost immediately. No greeting, just irritation. Her kids were excited. I was being difficult. I wasn't even using the car for anything important. I asked her why she kept talking like it wasn't mine. She laughed, said I was acting like it was something special. "It's not about that," I said. "It's about respect." She repeated the word back to me like it was a joke. Then she went further, said I'd changed, that I liked saying no, that it made me feel better than everyone else. I ended the call. But after that, everything felt off. The apartment was quiet, but not in a good way. Before bed, I checked the garage camera, made sure the spare key was where I left it, locked everything twice. Still, I didn't sleep well. Monday morning felt normal at first. Routine carried me through. Alarm, shower, coffee, mental checklist. Then the phone rang. The officer confirmed my car, my plate, my name. Then he asked about permission. I told him the car was at my house. There was a pause. Then he told me where it had actually been. Towed, late Sunday night, parked illegally at a marina. My chest tightened. I opened the garage app. The log came up instantly. Saturday morning, garage opened, closed. I just stared at it. They'd done it. After everything I said, they went in, took it, and left like my words didn't matter. I asked who had been with the car. He said a family group told deputies they had permission, that they borrowed it all the time. Something in me shifted at that. Not shock, not even anger yet, just clarity. They knew exactly what they were doing. Then he added something else. The driver didn't have a valid license. I sat down without meaning to. Rachel, of course. This wasn't just a boundary crossed anymore. This was risk, legal risk. My name tied to something I had already refused to be part of. The officer asked again if I had given permission. I pulled up the messages, read my own words again. And then everything inside me went quiet. No, I said. I did not give permission. The impound yard was cold and gray, rows of cars sitting like evidence no one wanted to claim. Mine stood out immediately. Dirty, scratched, smelling like fries and sunscreen, crumbs ground into the seats, a broken cup holder. It wasn't ruined, but it didn't feel like mine anymore either. Inside, I handed over everything, texts, logs, camera images. Then the door opened. My family walked in. No apology, no hesitation. "This has gotten out of hand," my mother said. I almost laughed. The officer started asking questions, simple ones. Who opened the garage? Who drove the car? Who told police they had permission? The answers fell apart quickly. Rachel tried to downplay it. My dad tried to step in. My mom kept softening everything. It didn't work. The truth just sat there, unmoving. Then the bill came. Over $1,800. My mother turned to me immediately. "Just pay it. We'll figure it out later." I felt something settle in me. "No," I said. "You took it. You pay." Silence. Real silence this time. Eventually, my dad pulled out his card. It didn't go through. He tried again, transferring money while the clerk waited. Forms were signed, statements written. Everything they'd done put into record. When it was over, the receipt was handed to me. I folded it slowly and put it in my bag. Then I asked for the spare key back. The garage access removed. The damage covered. My dad looked at me differently. "You're going too far." I held his gaze. "No," I said quietly. "This is exactly far enough."